Experience Impact Wrestling like never before with instant access to all of your favorite episodes of Impact, Explosion, Greatest Matches, Legend, content from promotions around the world, plus live monthly exclusive premium specials and so much more.
This is spectacular! What a match!
The Impact Wrestling app has you covered with Impact Plus, featuring thousands of hours of on-demand action.
This has escalated quickly!
Stream groundbreaking originals.
We are all artists.
Get more exclusive content and experience a new and improved accessibility control and freedom like never before.
This night's just getting started!
Watch free without a subscription and stream Impact Plus anytime on your favorite device. Download the Impact Wrestling app now and experience Impact like never before.
Hello, thank you for joining me. Wrestling Travels, the Lockdown Sessions, and I'm very happy to bring in a very special guest. We have Rohit Raju. Rohit, thank you for being on the show today.
Hey, what's up? Thank you.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
I just jumped right in there. You know, I didn't give you any prep, so that's the way I like it. I got about 20 minutes to spend with you, and I wanted to ask you a few questions, and I kind of want to jump around the board. We're from Wrestling Travel over here in Manchester in the United Kingdom. So we are excited to talk to you just ahead of Impact's Slammiversary this weekend. And that's what I wanted to start with. I'll start with the big question here. It's been 16 months since Impact has wrestled in front of fans. How are you feeling? You got to be just excited about that.
I am. I get a chance to make history, and it's been a while since we've had an Ultimate X match, and I'm happy that I'm in it. Not only am I happy that I'm in it, but I'm happy that it's going to be in front of a crowd. So I can't wait to get that energy. You know, it's like any sports game where the crowd is the sixth man. Sometimes that adrenaline goes, and then you just do stuff that you didn't think you could do before, that you didn't plan on doing, and it gives you that boost of adrenaline. And next thing you know, you're going toe to toe, and you're digging a little bit deeper. Or, you know, if they're booing the hell out of you, you have a reason to stick it to them. So you want to make sure that you give it to them. And yeah, I love it, man. I think it's awesome. I think it's finally we're starting to move forward a little bit with professional wrestling. I was very happy that I got a chance to wrestle, even though it wasn't in front of a crowd. I got to stay going with something that I love, but now let's get back to some type of normalcy.
Yeah, it's nice across the country here in the U.S. We're starting to get that way. Now, Ultimate X, as you mentioned, hasn't happened in a while. I want to get just a little bit into your mindset. What is the preparation like when you're going into a match like this as opposed to a one-on-one? Did things change for you, or are you just like, hey, I go balls to the wall no matter what?
Well, see, that's what everybody expects, balls to the wall. They're going to expect, you know, people flying from the ropes off the top and stuff like that. Cool, they can have all those highlight reel moments. Me, I like to play the game of chess. So while they're out there being stupid, putting their bodies at risk, falling, doing something insane, I'm just waiting for my opportunity to strike and get that exhibition championship belt and become two-time exhibition champion. I got a little scoop for you. I have a little insurance policy that I got. Besides Mahabali, sure, I got something or someone, I won't tell you what, but I got a little something that's going to guarantee me a fair chance of victory at Ultimate X this Saturday. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Always good to go in with a little bit of an advantage. Hey, if we back way up, when you're a young Rohit Raju, who do you see on television? Who inspires you to get into this crazy world of professional wrestling?
To be honest, when I saw the 90s cruiserweights, when I saw Mysterio, Malenko, Guerrero, when I saw those guys, that's when I was like, man, these guys aren't, you know, the largest of individuals. I think this is something I could do because I've always loved professional wrestling. But for a while there was Land of the Giants. So that's what inspired me to get into it. As far as charisma-wise, I just kind of always had charisma as a human being. Even as a kid, I was always imitating wrestlers and imitating their voices and doing impressions of them and cutting promos like them. I think Macho Man, now that I am a wrestler, that is, to me, what solidifies being a perfect package, so to speak. Looks the part, walks the part, talks the part, is fantastic in the ring. And to me, he is it as far as being a professional wrestler. That's who I would like to be as great as, because somebody that can do it all in that ring. And I feel Macho Man was that guy. So that's what I really try to aspire to be. I know a lot of people like the fireworks nowadays, bang, 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 nonstop movement. That's cool. I have nothing against that, but that's just not my style. I would really love to cut a promo, slow it down, piss you off a little bit, get under your skin and create moments. And that's what I really enjoy doing. So hopefully we'll create some moments at Ultimate X this Saturday, and I'll be a part of that.
Awesome. Speaking of Macho Man, I did get a chance to watch your interview with Chris Van Vliet, who was awesome. Great interview. And I noticed when you did a little bit of your Macho Man impressions, you went a little bit back to the WrestleMania 5 promos from Randy Savage, which as a kid, that's kind of what turned me on to professional, really getting into it, because it wasn't just the way he talked. That was the first time those series of promos that as a child, I was like, what he is saying. Have you gotten a chance to, have you watched those promos back to back, the whole WrestleMania 5 lead up and
Definitely, I've watched them. I haven't watched them recently, but I always, like him and Flair. When you are cutting a promo, and it's funny, I just had this conversation with a good friend of mine. We were talking about promos. It's more than just, oh, this Saturday I'm going to beat you and regain my title. No, you have to say what you feel, and you amp it up a little bit. And Macho was telling you what he felt. You know what I mean? Lust in your eyes. Yeah, I saw it the whole time. I thought you had my back. No, no, no. Stuff like that. No, no, no. I can see it in your eyes. Yeah. Those fools a bit, and stuff like that. But that's like something he felt. Right. And to me, that comes across natural, and you just amp it up. So, man, I really want to be the X Division champion. What am I going to do? Well, I'm not going to sit there and try to go out of my box and do all these stupid things to impress a bunch of Nimrods that don't even care about me half the time. No, I just want to be champion. I just want to be on the poster. I just want to have that success. I just want to get that bigger payday when I go to other shows. That's what I want. But that's real because that's what I feel. And then I just amp it up a little bit. So when I watch promos like that actually mean something, that is the inspiration. It's more than just someone yelling and screaming and talking about, I'm going to kick your ass. No, there's a little bit of an incentive there. And it means a little bit more, and it hits you a little deeper, in my opinion.
No, I'm on the same page with you, because that was the first time I had that comic book villain type feeling where, hey, what he's accusing Hulk Hogan of when I was a kid. I'm like, no, you got it all wrong. But in his mind, he's got to turn just that right angle. No, it's what he feels. Yes. Another promo who's great, and I'm sure you've talked about this. Do you have a favorite Dusty Rhodes that stands out?
Of course, Hard Times is number one. Man, there was one. Oh, gosh, I can't even think of who. It was on Flair. It was on the Horseman. And I can't remember when it was, but I could watch Dusty all day. Dusty, Austin, Flair, Rock, Savage, of course. I could honestly just watch them cut promos all day, because you felt it when they talk to you, and I love Hogan's promos too, but sometimes they're over the top, and even Warriors promos, I still felt like, what did he say? He said something about fear that was really tremendous. I can't remember what it was, but it was so cool. I remember always people try to knock his promos, but sometimes he's saying stuff so deep that it sounds like nonsense, but it actually goes over people's heads. But Dusty, just anytime he would talk about the Horseman, and he would talk about Ric Flair, we were here. Starcade Friday night, baby. Just Dusty, the way he talked to you. He wasn't talking at you, he talked to you. And so instantly when Dusty was talking, you felt like he was talking to you and only you, unless he was talking about the Horseman. But you felt that beat down that the Horseman gave him. So when Dusty was talking about it, you felt that. And you couldn't wait for the American Dream to get his hands on Arn. You couldn't wait for him to get his hands on Rick, get that cage surround him. So it was just him and Rick. No, Tully's on the outside. James J's on the outside. Daddy. James J said, you did it. He was a yellow dog. Dusty Rhodes, man. How could you not love him? He transcends. He's one of those guys that transcends professional wrestling, something that I don't think anyone else does nowadays. And I think like John Cena was the last guy to really transcend professional wrestling. And that's a whole different topic, but that's something that the world of professional wrestling is missing, in my opinion.
I was gonna say Dusty transcended age groups, cultures, everything. He was just awesome.
Yep.
I want to, let me talk a little bit about this. It's going to be on the Impact Plus app. I want to talk how great the Impact Plus app really is. Have you got a chance to get on that Impact Plus app? And if you did, you got a handful of matches that you would pick out that you could look up right now in that Impact Plus app for those of people that are on the fence about getting it?
I would love to. I love watching the old AJ stuff. If you've never seen AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Low Key, that original X Division run, especially when it was like Saban and Shelley, you put them in there, it was tremendous. You had Austin Aries was around there at certain points. Petey, when he had like the little Jerry curl thing he had going on. Early Team Canada, one of my favorite guys and favorite people, Monty Brown. If you want to see a good promo, man, Monty Brown was just off the wall. He was straight out, right out of your TV. He just jumped right out at you. He had such charisma. He's still a giant man to this day. So get an eye on guys that you probably never even heard of, or some of their early work, and see why they're touted as legends before you knew them in WWE or New Japan or whatever. There's some guys on there that even the Young Bucks had what were they, Generation Me or something like that. Back, like they had that little run there. So there's some guys on there. Naito was on there. I think he was still a young boy at the time. Same thing with Okada. But there's guys that are superstars now that had their run in TNA and Impact. So the Impact Plus app is really good. I go back and I'll watch my matches, not because I'm a mark for my matches, but I like to dissect and pick apart what worked well, what looked good, what didn't, what I liked. I'm my own worst critic, so I do that a lot and see what worked, and if there's a crowd, what they reacted to at the time, what didn't they react to, certain things like that. I'm a huge fan of that. So, but no, go back and look at some of these older matches from these now superstars who weren't household names back then, and they're still putting in the work, and you'll see why they are legends today.
And to have that at your fingertips, though, the complete history of Impact, plus everything coming up, including this weekend Slammiversary in the palm of your hand, is huge. When you dissect your matches, just a real quick, because we haven't had crowds at Impact for 16 months, if you go back and watch it, has that become a bigger tool for you to go back and watch your matches versus, hey, usually I can kind of judge what I'm hearing from the crowd, and you haven't had that for a while?
Yeah, I like to see what looks smooth, what flowed well, how was my footwork. Maybe I need to slow down here before I stomp the guy. Maybe I need to speed it up a little bit, where I may think, oh, I really like that. I think that worked real well. I'll go back and watch it. And like, man, I didn't like that at all. I do pick apart my stuff because I'm a perfectionist and I want to stand out from everybody else. I don't want to do the same style that everybody else does. And then a lot of the in-between stuff I do, a lot of people don't pick up on that, but I still like to throw a lot of small in-between things in there. I try to wrestle with intent. Every movement I do has a purpose. So I'll go back there and look at it and see what exactly is working and what isn't. And at least to me, and then we'll find out. I've done some things at recent indie shows that I did on Impact that I haven't done in front of a live crowd. And I've either got a really great reaction from it or I didn't. And so I, throw that away and I push this forward and then just continue to grow.
Absolutely. Last couple questions here, because I want to be very respectful of your time. And I want to play a little word association with your opponents upcoming this weekend. If I say their name, can you kind of tell me the first thing that comes to mind? Trey Miguel is who I'll start out with.
Rival.
Ace Austin.
Like-minded individual.
Petey Williams.
OG.
Chris Bay.
Frenemy.
Josh Alexander.
Machine.
And I'll throw one that's not a person out there. X Division Championship.
Woo, little buddy. He's come home to me.
Now, we're out of the United Kingdom, and I know you cannot wait for borders to open up and get over there.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite place that you're looking forward to as soon as we get back to normalcy and travel? What fan base are you looking forward to heading back over and seeing?
I'm trying to get over to the UK, man. I have not been able to I have not had a chance to wrestle there. I know Impact has a pretty decent following out there. I want to come out to the UK and wrestle. I have a good chunk of European fans, so that is my number one. I want to get over to the UK. I don't care what promotion it is. I want to have a string of them lined up. I want to go there for like a week or two and just find a school to go train at, and get some reps in and get my name out there. That's what I want.
All right, I could probably help you out with that. But my final question, besides that Impact X Division, Ultimate X Championship, you're going to get a chance to watch Sami Callihan. I know you're an Impact guy, versus Kenny Omega. It's just announced a no disqualification match. I don't know if you're a guy that makes predictions, but if you are, do you have one on that match?
I don't, because you think automatically that favors Sami, but you don't know what Kenny has up his sleeve or who he has that could interfere in this matchup. I mean, he has a whole slew of goons with him, and who knows? He has a whole roster at AEW. He could just, hey, I need you guys to come over here and help out with something. Granted, coming in our backyard is very, very ballsy, but I mean, it's professional wrestling. You never know what's going to happen. Also, though, Sami is a wild card, so you don't know what he's going to do. So I don't know how well Kenny is going to be able to adapt to Sami's madness. We'll see. I think it's going to make for a very interesting match.
You guys, top to bottom, Slammiversary, as always, my favorite pay-per-view of the year. You guys are stacked, and besides somebody else, you might have a little rabbit up your sleeve, which you kind of alluded to earlier. So I just want all the fans, please, if you needed any other inspiration, can you give us one final on your way out why we should be on the Impact Plus app or on Fight TV watching Slammiversary?
Number one, you got to watch Slammiversary because the Mocha Skin Manimal is walking in, nothing around his sexy waist, and walking out, two-time X Division champion. And then Impact Plus, you can watch all the old Ultimate X matches, all the craziness, people getting drop kicked off, almost landing on their domes. Fantastic. You can see Samoa Joe, you can see AJ Styles, but more importantly, you can chronicle my history, going from getting slapped in the face, you know, from Gama Singh. Actually, before that, Global Forge, Impact, what was it? God, I can't remember the name of the thing, but I won it. And then I was Hakeem Zayn, then I became Rohit Raju, and I was a nobody in the Desi Hit Squad. Then I finally became the Desi Hitman. Then I finally won the X Division Championship belt. Then I became the Mocha Skin Manimal. I became the greatest X Division champion in this lifetime. So you can go back and watch that, and you're going to go back and watch all the other guys too. I mean, if that's your thing.
Awesome. Rohit Raju, I cannot thank you enough for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck at Slammiversary. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take it easy.